Hey YouTube, this is Bill. This is the video that I've had quite a few requests for, and that is with the new Mark II, JBL Mark II, a Max Sound dB test. I'm recommending this unit quite a bit. People are stating they're buying it, and there's a lot of good feedback of people who are purchasing it, meeting a lot of roles. It's a battery operated unit. It's fairly loud. It's compact, it folds up into the sub unit, and even when it folds up, it's less than 50 pounds. So it's meeting quite a few needs of different type of performance. So today, I've done some more tweaking on the gain staging, and let's see if we can get some better results. It's the same tune that I've used to compare other speakers, and that way we can get an even playing field. I have it set. I did some testing before the video, and that is I turned it up as loud as I could before I saw any red clipping. If I saw any red light, I backed it off a notch. So let's see our results. This is the Mark II, JBL Mark II. Well, I'm a little perplexed. I was able to raise the gain stage before clipping compared to my other tests, but my dB meter really didn't register any higher, a little bit under 100 dB. So I'm gonna give it a try now with one Mackie Thump Go and see what kind of results we get. And for our last test, we're gonna add a second Mackie Thump Go. They're paired, they're stereo pair, they're app controlled. We'll see how much more dB we can get with the pair with the JBL Mark II. Remember, this system doesn't have any subwoofer, and I'm not going to run a subwoofer, dedicated subwoofer right now because there is no subwoofer that is battery operated. So I'm trying to figure out the loudest system I can come up with that's strictly battery operated. I want to just note that I'm using hearing protection. Anything over 100 dB, you would not be wise to be doing these kind of tests one after another without protecting your hearing. Okay, let's give it a try. .3. That's a huge difference. So in my book, this test is successful. If you want the loudest you're gonna get from the Mark II, you need to add a couple of efficient speakers like the Mackies, battery operated, They're louder than the Bose S1 Pros. 107.3 is pretty loud in the home here. This is a large listening space. I've demonstrated in the past. Of course, outdoors wouldn't be quite as loud, but you would still be getting over 100 dB. So this is a pretty powerful little system here. I'm very happy with it. My next step would be to add a subwoofer. But again, subwoofers don't add a lot of dBs, I found. So I'm a little perplexed that the fact that the JBL Mark II isn't getting over 100 dBs, because I have boosted the gain quite a bit compared to when I first tested it. I don't know, maybe it's the track I'm playing. The track I'm playing is just very low frequencies, and I'm sure if I played a other track, I might get some better results. Maybe I'll give that a try. Here's my settings on the Mark II app. The channel 5, which is the Bluetooth channel, which I'm using, is at wide open, 12 dB. EQ is off. At the bottom, you have your master, and that is also wide open, 0 dB. The only thing I have less than wide open is my source, which is my phone that I'm using, iPhone, and that is one click down. So we're going to call that 95%. If I clicked it to maximum, then I go to red. So I'm not having any clipping here. This is as loud as the Mark II is going to go. This is pretty much wide open. Then if you look at the pass-through setting, that is also at 0 dB. And that's where I'm controlling the pair of Mackie Thump Goes. And I could lower that, I can mute it, and I could raise it to blend it the way I like. And I've said this in the past, I like to be able to change the setting, the gain of my auxiliary speakers by the song I'm playing. Some songs I want more presence from an auxiliary speaker, and the auxiliary speakers I'm using, in this case the Mackies, are adding a little high end to the system. So sometimes I want less high end, so I'd bring that down. Sometimes I want more, and I have the option. And then the really nice feature is right here, the mute. Let me show that to you. So right there, the pass-through is now muted, and you can hear instantly the difference. So I'm going to play a different tune, and I'm going to be muting it off and on, and hopefully you can hear the difference. So I hope you heard the difference. It's pretty incredible, huge difference. So when I point to the Mark II like I'm doing now, that means the Mackie has been muted. When I go back to the Mackie, that means I'm using the pass-through on the JBL app to unmute, and you should hear that high end come out. The Mackie is so clear on top that when I mute it and go back to the JBL, it almost sounds like a subwoofer. So it's a really nice combination. So I'm going to play another tune. It's not a tune I've created. I just got it from YouTube free tracks. So it's a nice jazzy bass line, something different. last track. Again, a new track I have gotten recently from YouTube, free tracks. It's some nice slide guitar, kind of like a country rock sound. Again, hope you hear a huge difference. I'm enjoying this because when I kick on those Mackies, it's just, wow, it just opens everything up into a new dimension. And that Mark II is just giving that solid bass, and I'm not using a subwoofer. Okay, let's sum up this test. That was no max dB testing. That was just at a 50% level. So it really was that first track. That first track is just super low, and it just really affects the dBs. But any other track, normal track, this thing is really cranking out. And I am very pleased about adding the second Mackie. To tell you the truth, I still have the box still in my living room. I was planning on returning it, and now for $3.99, I don't have the heart to return it. It's just too good. It really is amazing. And pairing it up with this Mark II, I think I've found something really special. I realize a lot of people are not going to go for this though, because people that are watching these videos, especially the titles, I've said battery portable PA. And when you start adding a second speaker, well, that's not so portable anymore. People want one speaker, one column array, and that's it. But when you start adding a pair to your first speaker, now you have three speakers. That's a lot of people are not going to go for that, and I realize that. But if you need your max volume in a gigging situation, everything is super light. This could be the way to go. This really is pumping out the volume. If you have no AC available and you can't break out those 12-inch QSCs, this is definitely an option. And I told you in the last video, it's hi-fi sound, at least as close as I've ever gotten in a portable PA. So, hope you've enjoyed. My next video would be pairing this little system up with a subwoofer, but then it's no longer 100% AC. We'll see how that goes. Okay, this is Bill. Hope you enjoyed.